Okay, so I have this one prepped from last year that I didn't use, so he's a little dusty, but it's a skull. And I sprayed the spray foam and I painted it black, but it separated, but I don't think that's going to matter. So I just pull on these a little bit while I'm steaming so that it kind of fluffs them out a little bit more. So this part takes just an extra few minutes, unfortunately. But look at the difference in that stem and all the rest of the stems. So it's really worth it. How much fluffier that is. Let me grab one that's... So a lot of times the prep work makes the big difference because we've got this compared to this. Can you see the difference? This is way better. And I may add some purple in here too. I haven't decided. All right. The steamer, yes. I like to get the kind that has the little button down here that you can push and it keeps going. Because not all of them have that, so I like that so that I can have both hands while I'm steaming. All right, so we're just going to put this straight down the middle. All right. I always like to get my placement and then we come back and glue. Yeah, I love it. And I have a glue pot, but it puts off so much heat that during the summer I don't really use it that often. Okay. So we want to make it look like he's got wild hair. So I kind of just bend them. So we want them to go all the way around, kind of even all the way around, and then we want to have one or two of them up top. And because he's so short, I know some people like him to be really super tall. I'm going to adjust these down, all down just a little bit so he's not quite as tall. And luckily, these are the kinds that you can move them. And then I'll usually clip them. And then I'll just glue this cap right back on top. And I used to do them all at once and then come back and clip them, and then I started losing where I was, so I just do them one at a time now. I'm just adjusting them down. I think I will put some purple in here. Wish I had these in green. That would be pretty. Ooh, I think I've got some glittery green ferns. I think I might use some of those. And again, I'm just going to clip it off. Pull this little top cap off and we'll glue it back down on there. I just love how it makes it look like he's got crazy hair. I love it. Okay, so do we want to do green or do we want to do purple? Let me grab some green ferns and then some purple ruscus, and let's see. Also got our purple ruscus. I love these. I think they'll stand out really good. I think this will look really good with the orange. Let's do it in pieces like this. I steam this just a little bit. Is it storming there? It looks like, matter of fact, I need to look out the door and see. Because it looks like it wants to storm here. And I have a couple of vases that I was spray painting, and I've got them sitting out there drying. So if it starts raining, I need to run out there and get them. Where are you, Sheena? You're in Tennessee, right? Well, I need to put a light behind me because with that light right there and that light right there, I can't really see that well. I love the green. It really pops. But I'm usually further down on this table. But I scooted down just a little bit because that air conditioner blowing on me. I've been waking up with a sinus headache. And that's no good. No good at all. But the lighting is better over there. I might have to scoot back down. Which is a bummer because I've got everything set up just right. Alright, and so you see these, even with the glittery stuff, you can steam it too. And I know it makes it take a little bit longer, but it is so worth it. It's worth the finished product. It's been a long week, you guys. I'm so happy that today's Friday. The only thing that I dread is I'm moving around my storage units. I've got a couple of small ones, and I'm moving all of those into one really big one. And it is so hot. So I try to get out there first thing in the morning, like 7 o'clock, and I try to be done by about 12 or so. And it's just so hot. Take so many showers during the summer because it's so dang hot. Okay, so you see how much better that looks after we steamed it? Did I glue that or not? No, let's glue it down. That is something I need to do out here to get better lighting. There we go. I love it. I love how bright it is, the contrast. So if we do one side, we got to do the other side. I think I got these in orange too. And then if I start pushing it in there and I can't really get it down, I use my needle nose. I'll just shove it down in there a little further. There we go. Okay, so then since I cut those middle pieces off, we'll put one in the back here and one in the front. Because all we're doing right now is kind of spreading out our color. I love it. I know I've got these ferns in purple for sure. I think I've got them in orange too. It's so funny when I find something that I like, I buy it in every color. I do that with wreath supplies, with clothes. Okay. So now we've got his crazy hair all the way around. I love it. So let's go on with some of this. He's going to be super colorful. But we'll have to steam this too. Okay. So instead of putting this all in there together, I'm going to pull off the stems and kind of just spread it around. I love that green in there. All right, let's just cut a couple off and we'll steam them and put them in there, and then we'll see where we are. And with these, I'm going to dig out some flowers next, and then we'll start putting in some, maybe some spiders. I've got some cute picks that are, oh, and I've got a pumpkin. And some balls that I made. I think he needs a spider for sure. I want to do a ghost one. Okay, so since we're doing these as stems, we can just push them up without having to worry about re-gluing that cap. And we're just going to kind of put these around, kind of spread out the purple. I call it layering the color in. Oh yeah, the purple's going to look really good in there with the green and the black. I'm ready for that spray foam to be dry because I really want to do my candy corn. I think that's my favorite Halloween theme is candy corn. I should do another. I did last year a wreath that I made a glitzy pumpkin that was candy corn colored and did it in the wreath. It was really pretty. There we go. Because I want him to look wild and crazy, and he's getting wild and crazy. You have some of your that are candy corn. Yeah, I'm sure they're pretty popular, aren't they? It's usually a pretty good one for me. All right, so we're just kind of going in between the orange. We want it to have a good little mix of orange, purple, green. Oh, I have one more that I did. And I always bend my stems around so that they look how I want them to. All right, let's do some purple right there, and I think we're done with this purple for the minute. Let's steam that one too. After we get this in here, we'll go ahead and put our little October 31st little sign in there. And then we'll find some ticks to put in there, and then we'll be pretty much done with this one. Alright, let's do right through here. I love it. Doesn't he look wild and crazy? Okay, so we'll put these over to the side and keep them for just a minute. Alright, so now I want to do this, and it's just a little ornament. So I'm going to take... Oh, I don't have my... Dang. This one might work. I don't know that it's going to be long enough, though. Usually, I have skewers, but I did not bring my skewers out here, so we're going to have to try to make do with what we've got out here. And I know... Here we go. I'll reuse one of these little stems. I think it'll be long enough this way. So I'm just going to glue this on the back. I get glue all over me. All the time. Actually, though, okay, so we've got this one. And since I'm doing all the colors, I've got this green and orange one that I could do. Yeah, I think we're going to go with this one instead, which means I have to find another stem. We'll use another stem. Got some Tom Petty going. And I think I'm going to try to pull these ribbons out so that you don't see them. The staples kind of blend in, but that bright orange ribbon sticks out like a sore thumb. Alright, let's see. Let that dry for a minute. Honestly, I kind of like him like he is, just wild looking. I think I need a green one though. Right here in the middle. Yep. Alright, so we're going to stick him right here. Except for I just pulled off I pulled on him too hard. Let's try this again. Sometimes I get just a little bit too, I manhandle it too much. And all I'm doing is gluing got some orange and black. And then I've also got, where did I put the other one? I've got some purple, orange, and black little balls. Sometimes the hardest part is deciding what you want to use when you have a whole bunch of stuff. I guess I could do this as a kit. I think I might have to put another one on the back of there, because that is not very sturdy. Happy Halloween. Yep. So I'm just going to glue this other one down in here. And I'm going to glue it to the back. Give it a little bit more stability. And I'm burning my fingers holding this glue on here right now. Alright, I gave it a little more stability. Love it. So now I want something kind of sticking up behind here. So I think I'm going to do purple, since we've got a bunch of orange right there. Down just a little bit. I think my shuffle on my music is giving us some metal today. Alright though, because I like it. Okay, so we're going to put this right here just to kind of fill in behind the sign, or the ornament, or whatever you want to call it. I guess it's technically an ornament. I left the stem long because I wanted it to be long, and sometimes that works against you, because then you can't push it in there very good without it just wanting to bend on you. There we go. And I think instead of putting a green fern up there, I think I might put some green from a pick. See how much better that is. I love it. See if that'll go through there. Oh, maybe. Okay. Finally, that took forever. But now I don't think I made it big enough for this to go through it. Maybe I did. Yeah, I did. Okay. My goodness. That was a struggle. Okay. So we'll just have to make sure that we can't see the back of this once we get it put in the centerpiece. We'll have to make sure it's covered up with a flower or something. And now I want to put it back on low, because I will burn myself. Yeah, I need to make myself a mental note. To get a whole pokey thingy out here. Now we'll just let that dry for just a second. And if you guys can't tell already, I reuse everything when I can. For one, it saves money, and then for another, it keeps extra stuff that doesn't need to go in the trash into the trash. And I'm not like real big like recycler or anything like that, but I feel like if it's something that can be used and not thrown away, might as well use it and not throw it away. Alright, so we want to put this right in between. The spider's going to have to be my favorite part of this at this point for how much trouble it was to get him in there. And see, I got glue all over me. Oh, yeah. I love it. Love the spider. Okay. And really, he's already pretty much covered up right there where we can't see him. Okay, so now we need some green because we've got our green sign. We've got some green fern, but then we're kind of all dark colored over here. So we either need some green picks, some more green fern. Oh, I've got some swirls. Let me get my swirls. That's the one bad thing about, I guess, me being out here in the shed is I keep getting up and going to my totes. So I keep walking off camera. I guess that's all right. I don't know. Okay, so we've got these green tinsel stems. We'll make some swirlies. And I'll just take these. And then we'll just make little swirls. And my stemming machine. I don't have my stemming machine out here. And I'm going to want those to be longer. Okay, so sometimes if you don't have everything that you need, you have to make do. So we are going to use little zip ties and little extra pieces of stems. Oh yeah, my internet is terrible out here. Yeah, I'm going to have to do something about the internet. Get an extender or have them wire it out here, I guess. Okay, so I think I'm going to do all three of them together. So all I'm doing is putting them together. And I'm going to take my little zip tie. And we're going to zip tie it to this little piece of the stem. And that way, we can put it all in there at once. And really, I've got some little foam, different colored balls. We may end up gluing them on the ends of these. But do we want this in front of the spider or behind the? Oh wait, we want it over here. Okay, so that gives us a little bit of green over here. And I'm going to go where I want him to go. See, now we've got a little bit of green going on over here. We want a little bit of green right here. I've also got this. We may want another fern. I think I want another fern right there. And I'm just scanning these out of stock. And I cannot wait until next week when I can show you guys what I have built to keep up with your inventory and price your stuff out and that kind of stuff. Alright, so I'm just going to, you can see right here, how it's real heavy with the purple and the orange. So we're going to put just a little bit of green right there. Just kind of in between the orange. It's all about balance. There we go. So now we've got a little bit of green over there. So that makes that a little bit better, but we still need, let's put a little swirly right here in the front, I think. And then we'll do a little bit of orange back here. I really wish I had put the camera behind me. So right here, we're going to put just a little bit of green. We just want it to have a good balance of all the colors. And we want just a little bit, not a lot. So that's why I'm going with a little swirly instead of another piece of fern. And then just kind of, so see now we've got just a little bit of green. We want something orange right here. And then I think we'll put a couple of flowers down around the base. Do we want to put an orange? We might want to put him. He's so cute. I think we do want him. That way that gives us a little bit of orange, and it also gives us a cute little pumpkin to go with our spider and our happy Halloween. How cute is that? I love it. We're all plucked out. Okay. I'm not going to glue these yet because I'm not 100% sure this is what I want it to be. Yeah, I don't know because I don't want it to block any of the little skull face. I guess it doesn't. See how it looks on there. Yeah, I guess it's okay. Alright, let's do the black ones. Let's alternate it purple and black. And I'm just going to steam these two. And then we'll check them. And I'm just bending them a little bit so that when I put them in there, they're kind of facing forward. So I guess I'll go ahead and glue these. It makes me think of my skating rink days. It's so funny how certain songs can just take you back. Nostalgic. It would have been one of the fast skate songs. Okay, so I think we're going to alternate purple and black. And we'll just make sure some of our stuff is hanging over down there. Okay. See, he's dancing his way back to me. And doing the flowers around the edge is a really good way just to make sure that you don't see, because even though I spray painted it black, we still don't want to see any of the foam. And then we'll put something back here too, because we don't want to just leave that blank. We'll do a spider or we'll find something. Alright, so we're just steaming our roses as we go. Oh, have to fill it sucker up with some water. And since I don't have any water out here, I just filled up this little jug and I fill my steamer up with the jug. The things you have to do. I'll get it situated out here eventually. Because I still use my spare bedroom to, there's no reason to bring all my stuff out here to make bows since all my ribbon is in my garage. I'm going to still use it as a craft room. Alright, we've almost got all of our flowers around the bottom. Alright, so you guys want to see the struggle when you don't have water? So I have this thing right here, you know, one of those that says, hey, you need to drink more water today. So I filled this up. I'm going to try to do this without spilling. I didn't spill it. That's the struggle of not being somewhere where you have running water. Okay. So now we can steam our black flowers. Do you guys have to do any stuff like that where you have to make do because of where you are? It was funny the first day that me and Linda were out here. I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do to fill up the steamer? I don't want to have to run inside because that thing doesn't hold a lot of water. And so I ran inside and found that jug. And she laughed at me, but it works. You got to be resourceful. And as I'm putting the flowers in here, I'm still moving my stuff around to where it's kind of draping over them. I'm not going to put a flower right there, I think, because it's already pretty full. So now, as we're looking around the bottom, you don't see any part of the floral foam. I want something orange right here. And then we want to put just a couple of little things back here, and then we're done. So I think, let's see how the ball looks. So I did these with just floral foam and yarn. I don't know if we want that right there or not. Oh, and the bottom part is just skewers. And once you start getting a bunch of stuff in there, sometimes finding the blank piece of the foam is not that easy. And sometimes you just gotta manhandle it. There we go. Oh. Oh no, I don't think I like that. I don't know. That looks pretty cute. Let's see how it looks in the camera. That's pretty cute. I guess we'll leave that. Let's do a green squiggly right there, and then we'll decorate the back, and we'll be done. Or yeah, green. Let's do green. Just a little bit of green right there in the middle. See how much better that makes it look. Kind of just breaks it up just a little bit. What do you guys think? I think it's so cute. Okay. So let's do, because I never, and I probably should, but I never end up making the back as cute as the front. We got this that we can put back there. Because it's got a spider and some squigglies and a spider web. I had somebody leave me a review because I try to make the back cute, but the front is the focal point. And so that's why I always, I'll be able to see that spider. That's why I always try to take pictures of the front and the back. And a lady left me a bad review saying that the back wasn't as cute as the front. Which, I try to make it cute so that even if it's on a round table or something, you still have cuteness, but the front is always the focal point. So then we've got that. So then we need just something else right there, and then we're done. I could do another one of those. I don't really want to. Let's see. I love this one too. I had scissors somewhere. And I always, whenever I'm doing my picks, you always want to pull them apart so that they're all nice and fluffy. And I like this one because it gets you all the colors except for the green. So we'll stick this one. Cut it off just a little bit. I know, I love all the bright colors too. It's funny because when I first started, I had in mind just doing black and orange. That's why I picked out that first October 31st sign. Alright, so in here we're just going to go down in between because we just want it to kind of poke out straight along the back. Sometimes that sucker doesn't want to go in there. That's what we have this for. Come on. There we go. So now we've got just a little bit going on back here. Because like I said, the front's always the focal point, but you don't ever want to leave the back just bare. I want to put that spider in there. Alright, so we got the back going just a little bit better. And I'm going to use the zip ties and put a little stem on him and put him in the back. And then we are done. Did I put the stems up? I'm so bad about putting stuff away. No, where'd I put them? That's why I don't like having a lot of stuff on my table. That will drive me crazy. And again, since I don't have my stemming machine out here, I'm just going to take a scrap piece of floral pick, a little zip tie, this is what I did before I got my stemming machine. And then also, if I need the pick to be really long, I'll still do it because the stemming machine, I think it's only like 3 inches. Alright, so we're just going to put him over here in the back. And with all this green, so he'll kind of stick out a little bit. Alright, we're done, you guys. What do you think? I think it is just adorable. I love how it looks like it's just crazy hair for him. Here, I'll hold it up so you can see it regular. I love it.